is a familiar sight in North Kivu. People in Sake, west of Goma, are fleeing again from their homes. They carry what they can. They say M23 rebels are getting closer to the town. They've already taken several village centers and important towns that are rich in minerals. Janine Kiguma and her family have left their home on the outskirts of Sake. They say they are heading to a camp for displaced people.
We came to Sake from my village to see if Sake was safe, but all I could hear were gunshots. Now I'm heading to Goma. We're tired of running.
Congolese soldiers are doing what they can to protect the areas, but they have often been forced to retreat as the rebels advance.
Goma, which is the provincial capital, the largest city in the area, is now pretty much surrounded by the M23 insurgent group. Goma has Rwanda to one side, Lake Kivu to the other, and now the north and the west and the roads that supply Goma with food and other goods, which are principally from the north of the province, they're now effectively controlled or at least strongly contested by the M23.
Regional leaders from the East African community have been trying to mediate a peace deal, but it's proving increasingly difficult. Rwanda and the DRC have accused each other of using armed groups in the conflict. Both sides deny the allegations. During the recent African Union summit, East Africa's regional body IGAD gave M23 a month to withdraw from positions they're holding. It has been hard for the leaders to enforce a ceasefire.
There is at the moment, I think, little desire to sanction the heads of the groups because, and in particular the M23, because the intention is ultimately to bring them to the negotiating table. I think a regional sanctioning of armed groups may have some impact in sending signals, but it could only work if it was part of continued diplomatic effort.
After years of painful conflict, few Congolese are likely to be holding their breath.
Be careful to follow every commandment I am giving you today, so that you may live and increase and may enter and possess the land the Most High Nzambe has promised an oath to your ancestors. Here the Most High Nzambe is warning the Bantus to follow all his commandments that he has given them, so that they can increase and possess the land that he has promised them. Remember now, Nkolo Nzambe led you all the way in the wilderness these 40 years. It is not 40 years, it is 7 years that the Most High has led the Bantus, took them out of Kamata to Egypt, to the promised land, to humble you and test you in order to know that what was in your heart, whether or not you will keep the commandments. You see, the Most High has tested them in the wilderness so that he will see if they will keep and be faithful to the commandment that he has given them. So this is the reason that they spent 7 years. One of them also, it is rebellion. Remember, the Bantus, they rebel against the Most High. When Massa took too long, when he had the encounter with the Most High Nzambe, so the Bantus, they ended up building an image, a villain image, and worship them. So that's why the Most High Nzambe destroyed them. So this scripture here, the Most High is talking to the remnant. So those who remain after them, he said that be careful to follow my commandments if you want to live and increase in the land that I have promised your forefathers. You see, remember the covenant he has made first with Abana. He humbled you, causing you to hunger, and then feed you with manna. This is a lie. The Most High cannot starve no one, and the Most High cannot be feeding his people with manna every single day. It is a lie. This is an evidence how the scripture is corrupt, which neither you nor your ancestors have known. You see here, many believe that the Most High fed them for 40 years with the same food, I mean manna. It is a deception. The scripture, it is badly corrupt. Like I say, Satan has deceived the entire world. He just used the scriptures. So let's continue to teach you that man does not live by the bread alone, but man live by every single word proceeded out of the Most High Nzambe mouth. So here the Most High say that the Bantus people shall not live by the bread alone or the things of this earth, but the Bantus people shall live by every single commandment he has given them that come from the mouth of the Most High Nzambe. Your clothing not wear out and your feet not swell during these 40 years. Like I say, it is not 40 years, it is 7 years. Know then in your heart that as a man disciplines his son, so Nzambe discipline you. You see, here the Most High is highlighting something very important. So the judgment against the Bantu mean not to destroy them, but to discipline them, because a man can discipline his son. If you love your son or your daughter, you discipline them when they are wrong. So this is what the Most High have done to them. He did not mean to destroy them, but to discipline them so that they may return to his commandments. So what we see today, the Bantu people, they have forgotten. That's why they are perished, because they lack of knowledge. Observe the commandments of the Most High Nzambe, walking in obedience to him, revering him. For Nzambe is bringing you into a good land, a land with brooks, streams, and deep streams, gushing out into the valley and hills. a land with wheat and barley, wines and fig trees, pomegranates, olive oil and honey, a land where bread will not be scarcity, you will not lack nothing, a land where the rocks are high and you can dig copper out of the hills. This is the kingdom of Congo, the land of Canaan. The land flows milk and honey. The land the Most High Nzambe has promised his people. He will bring them back in the land of the ancestors. The land that you're going to find all the animals of the Bible. So the Most High Nzambe has been faithful and he has kept his promise. He has made to Abana and also Massa. So delivered the Bantus people from the hands of the Egyptians. They were in bondage. He has brought them in the kingdom of Congo, defeating many nations before them. So the Most High remind them, you must keep the commandments. It is a lifestyle for a Bantu men and women to live by the commandments of the Most High. Because if you do not keep the commandments, you neglect this commandment, this covenant, the Most High Nzambe will judge you. So this commandment has not given to other nations. He only choose one nation. So Isolele means set apart. So the people the Most High have chosen over the people of the earth to be his treasurers. So they must live by this commandment. So today what we see, so the Bantus people, after being scattered to all four corners of the earth, so the Most High have scattered them as a result of the disobedience. If you read in the book of Deuteronomy 28, 1 to 14, he has given them the choice. You choose to live by these commandments, these are the things will come and overtake you. So the Most High talking about blessing or prosperities. You'll be the first, not the last. The head, not the tail. You won't lack but have an abundance. However, if you disobey to these commandments, these curses will come and overtake you. So we are talking about the book of Deuteronomy 28 from 15 to 68. Our forefathers, they made a poor choice. They decided to disobey or to rebel against the Most High Nzambe. So the curses of Deuteronomy 28 from 15 to 68 came and overtook them. When you have eaten and are satisfied, praise Nzambe for the good land he has given you. Be careful that you do not forget Nzambe, failing to observe his commandments, his laws and decrees that I am giving you to this day. Otherwise, when you eat, are satisfied, when you build fine houses and settle down, and when your herds and flocks grow large, and your silver and gold increase, and all you have is multiplied. So here again, the Most High is reminding them, when you be enjoying all the good things of the Most High in the land that he has given you, you must praise the Most High, keep his commandments. So today what we see, the Bantus people, they do not remember anymore these important commandments. Then your heart will become proud, and you will forget Nzambe who brought you out of Egypt, the land of Kamata, out of the land of slavery. He had led you through the vast and dreadful wilderness, the thirsty and waterless land, with its venomous snakes and scorpions. He brought you water out of hard rock. So the Most High has done many wonders while the Benakongo were in the wilderness. He fed them. They were hungry, he gave them food. They were thirsty, he gave them water. They were venomous snakes and scorpions, but they did not bite them. No one fell sick, and the clothes in the body grew up with them. No one had a ripped shoes. So the Most High Nzambe was with them. So the moment the Benakongo arrived in the land of flowing milk and honey, the promised land, they have forgotten the one that has delivered them from slavery, the house of bondage, Kamata, and brought them there. So as you can see today, no Bantu remember the commandments any longer. All Bantu around the world, they are busy worshiping Satan in religion. The majority are in a Christianity, which is the God of wood and stone. They do not remember the Most High Nzambe, who preserved their lives, who have given them the land flowing milk and honey. Milk and honey means natural resources and fertile land. So the Bantus people, they do not remember none of these things. They are more busy into their lives, doing the thing that pleases them, living with sexual immorality, the love of money, the love of the things of this earth. This is why Bantus people around the world are being destroyed. Like the scripture declared in the book of HOSEA 4:6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. They are perishing because they lack knowledge of the commandments of the Most High. They have rejected the knowledge. They reject the laws of the Most High Nzambe. And now, it is the reason that they are perishing.
Papoose! Daddy! So
But remember and call on Nzambe, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth and keep His covenant which He swore to your ancestors, as it is today. If you ever forget, call on Nzambe and follow other gods and worship and bow down to them, I testify against you today that you will be surely destroyed, like the nations and call on Nzambe destroyed before you. So you'll be destroyed for not obeying call on Nzambe. So this is a serious warning that Master testified before the Most High Nzambe. Any Bantu who ever going to follow other gods and serve them, he will be surely destroyed. Just like the Most High Nzambe destroyed other nations. So today we see, like it happened in the past, the scripture says there is nothing new under the sun. Bantu's people are most likely Christians. They worship the God of wood and stone, which is Jesus Christ. So this is what Master was referring to. Any Bantu can be found bowing down or worshiping another God. Either it is in a church or sanctuary or synagogue or mosque. Anywhere, you will be destroyed, because the Most High Nzambe has given the Bantus His commandments, His laws, His statutes, His ordinances and decrees, and they must live by them, because it is an everlasting covenant.